DWIZ News FM regional stations sa buong Pilipinas. Mapapanood din sa Aliw Channel 23, DWIZ News TV at lahat ng DWIZ digital channels Monday to Friday 1 p.m. DWIZ Network News. This is the news and information station of Aliw Broadcasting Corporation, reaching and engaging every Filipino on air, online, and on ground. Ito ang bagong DWIZ 882, nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama. Proud member of ALC Group of Companies.
Ang lahat ng opinyon, pagtingin, pananaw o kuro-kuro ng mga bisita at panauhin o mga anchors o host sa programang ito ay sarili at tanging opinyon at pananaw ng mga nabanggit at hindi opinyon o pananaw ng Aliw Broadcasting Corporation, mga producers o mga namamahala ng Aliw Broadcasting o anumang organisasyon na affiliated sa network at kailanman ay hindi iniendorso ng Aliw Broadcasting Corporation ang mga nabanggit na opinyon at pananaw sa programa.
Ang programang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng PAGCOR.
Walang yumayaman sa pagiging empleyado lang. Dapat lahat tayo nagninegosyo. Timing! Narito ang isang programang magbibigay ng tamang gabay sa pagnenegosyo. Pakinggan at panoorin ang mga ekspertong magiging guest dito. Isang show para sa negosyo. DWIZ Negoshow kasama sina Lito Gagni at Gerry Urbina. Pakinggan ng live sa DWIZ. Panoorin ng live sa Aliw 23 at i-follow sa lahat ng digital channels ng DWIZ, Facebook, YouTube at DWIZ News App. Huwag munang magplano, huwag munang sasabak, huwag munang papasok sa negosyo nang hindi napapanood ang show na Negoshow.
Okay, we're back. Another
And we
exciting
have a great
episode of Negoshow.
Great guest. Oh,
Yeah.
galing nito.
Reyna ng business networking ito, Tito.
Reyna ng business network at
Yeah.
saka magaling magbasa. Anyway, eto po. Gusto ko pa muna bagong lahat basahin
Plug muna,
po
plug.
yung patalastas po ng Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation tungkol po sa online gaming. Upang sugpuin ang lumalalang kaso ng illegal na online gaming sa bansa at protektahan ang mga manlalaro laban dito, inilunsad ng Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation o PAGCOR ang PAGCOR Guarantee website. Maaaring i-check ng publiko sa nasabing website kung lisensyado at lehitimo ang isang online gaming site bago sila maglaro o magbayad. Regular na ina-update ang website at may direktang link ito sa mga lisensyadong gaming platforms. Ayon kay PAGCOR Chairman and CEO Alejandro Tenco, matutulungan nito ang publiko na makaiwas sa panlilinlang habang pinoprotektahan ang kanilang karapatan bilang manlalaro. Paalala pa ni Chairman Tenco na maging mapanuri sa bawat online gaming activity na sasalihan sapagkat dumarami ang mga reklamo hinggil sa illegal na gaming sites na hindi nagbabayad ng panalo. Para sa karagdagang impormasyon, bisitahin ang www.pagcor.ph/PagCor Guarantee. Okay, thank you.
Yan.
Yan. Nandito na yung guest natin. Galing nito.
I-introduce
Ang
ko na.
galing nito. Oh.
Guest po natin this afternoon is Miss Janelle Chuaham. Siya po ang VP or Vice President of Business Development at Exact Check Diagnostic Center. Yan. Dahil sa kanya, the fastest growing diagnostic center in the Philippines right now. Good afternoon, Janelle.
Good afternoon, Gerry and Lito. Thank you for having me today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oy,
it's a
thanks for
pleasure.
spending your afternoon with us.
And we are honored to have you around.
Yes, that's right.
Your
Wait.
name has soared beyond our consciousness.
Yes, that's right. Wait, Janelle, her story muna tayo. Before you started your diagnostic center business nga, diba, with your family, I'm reading here, you were in the travel industry for approximately or over 15 years.
Yeah, that sa
Paano
long
ka napadpad
stay.
doon?
Oh, grabe. Parang ang bata mo pa nun, ha?
Ay, thank you.
Siguro parang 10 years old ka pa lang, ha?
Ay,
Nag-start ka na sa travel industry.
Sinabi ko na nga ba, galing-galing mo talaga. Diba? No, but seriously,
Yes.
I actually started in the hospitality industry,
Okay.
mainly because I wanted to find out like how hotels and restaurants work.
Okay.
So parang it really was in my mind when I was in high school, like paano ba to nagiging consistent? How do they make service, the lodgings, and all of the things that go into hotel work, and then at the end, make sure that it's consistent every time. So parang, diba, that's really what I wanted to find out when I got into hospitality industry.
So it is this consistency that you brought to this new venture of yours, where you are now, parang tumataas-ata.
Soaring, Tito.
Soaring!
Using your words, soaring.
Yeah.
Yes.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
And,
So,
as I mentioned earlier nga, I think perfect timing yan dahil ngayon, di ba, sa healthcare industry, yung mga pasyente, talaga yung expectations nila, tumataas na. When they visit, like for example, a clinic or a diagnostic center like yourself, parang yung expectations nila, gusto nila ng hotel, resort-like feel, di ba? So, perfect siguro talaga yung background and learning mo. Di ba?
that's right. I mean, whenever we look at siguro hotels and diagnostic centers, we're a dime a dozen. It's really hard to differentiate our
Okay.
product. And the only way you can differentiate that is through service. So whenever I think about it, I always look at how do establishments make their guests or patients feel when they enter
ganda, no?
That's
when
right.
they enter your facility or after they leave, 'di ba? Do they feel like naasikaso ba sila?
Ayun, tama.
So yan yung
Ang
parati
galing, no?
namin iniisip.
Ang galing talaga ng insight. So what you bring to this, So ilan na yung pati yung pangalan, paano mo siyang naisip, na yun ang yung pangalan, at saka paano yung ginagawa mo mga pag-asikaso?
Siguro a bit of history about the
Yeah.
brand, di ba? Yung exact check
O bakit siya
diagnostic
exact check?
center.
Ba't hindi
yeah.
check exact?
Kasi exact check easy, 'di ba?
Ah, yeah.
No, but so I guess the business is really a brainchild of my mother's, no. My mom is still a practicing pediatrician up
Okay.
until today.
Yes.
So this was her dream because she really wanted to do more for her patients.
Yep.
Not just the regular, titignan kita. And really, as a pediatrician, she sees it long term, di ba?
Ayun.
So that's what she wanted to do. She wanted to also make sure that she leaves a legacy,
Ganda.
not just in the way she looks at patients or
Yes.
sees her patients,
Yep.
but also how do they feel after they get their checkup experience like.
Yes.
O
So
doon
that's how
saya-saya
it
ng
started.
nanay mo at natupad yung pangarap niya through you.
I hope so.
Bakit hope so? Ikaw talaga.
Alam mo naman, pag Chinese, ang taas ng expectation.
Anyway, yung when you do this hand-holding exercises with your patients, with your exact check, this came also from your mother, gano'n ba? O was it a part of your experience in the travel industry?
I think it's both, no? So, when I was very young, I used to see my mom, like, look after so many patients. And the patients, up until today, still go to her. Imagine mo, di ba?
galing,
Parang mula bata sila, tinitignan na niya ngayon yung mga anak nun. So, that's how long she's been
Yeah.
in the industry as well. So, and parang when you relate that to hospitality, it's really about why do you always go back to the same place? Diba? When you go to a different country and you always go there, you wanna stay in something familiar. I think something where you feel safe.
Yes.
So that's really how we want our patients feel when they go
Ayun.
to our facility.
So what do you bring to the table yung sa itong diagnostic industry that differentiates you from the others? Kaya kayo ngayon blooming.
What I bring to the table is maybe really like insight from how does a hotel work. Because a hotel really functions like a small city. So
Okay.
in exact check, we try to do that, right? So parang the customer the customer or the patient's journey is at the forefront.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't want to make patients feel like, oh, you're just a number, you're just here just to accomplish something, right?
Yan, maganda kasi mahirap. Kailangan gusto mo yung, hindi yung tapos na, tapos lipat na. Yung dapat may hand-holding exercise. So this is what you do.
No,
These are diagnostics.
And I just wanted to highlight nga for the listeners and viewers that are tuned in right now. Yung ang gandang sinabi mo kasi it's about how you make them feel. When they visit, 'di ba? Your diagnostic center. Hindi katulad ng ibang mga diagnostic center. It's purely transactional only.
Transactional ngayon.
Diba?
Yung pilap tapos pati pagtusok sa iyo sakit.
Yeah. Can you share siguro some of the things, the different things that you're doing now to set yourself
At saka,
apart from
at saka,
the dime a dozen na diagnostic centers
At
that
saka
are out there?
how do you what do you tell your yung mga tao mo dapat ganito ganun ba yung
It's really comes from a mindset of planning and understanding what patients really need and what they value, right?
Yes.
So parang a lot of people would usually come up to me and say like, ayoko nagpapa-check up, akong tagal.
Ayun.
Oo, gusto yung oras ko.
Yan.
Tama.
Diba?
Ang hirap lalo sa yung sa yung pagka yung
Ultrasound. dito.
ultrasound kailangan yung ba yun ang hirap-hirap.
Fasting.
Fasting,
Walang
tapos
tubig.
maraming preparation,
Correct,
di ba? More than that, a lot of people want to use their HMOs, di ba?
Yes, correct.
But they don't know how, or they wait until the moment that they're in the clinic and they ask or they try to get approval for their test.
Okay. yeah.
So we take that and make it more convenient by planning ahead. So
Okay.
we try to make sure that all of these questions get asked prior to the patient coming to the center.
Ayun.
Diba? You
Okay.
plan it out.
Yes.
You
Galing,
make sure you prepare the patient, right? What to expect.
Yep.
For example, for a whole abdomen ultrasound, there will be a pre and post void test or scan. So we'll tell you so that it doesn't take you a long time kasi magpupuno ka pa ng
Oo nga,
abdo
yun
mo,
ang
di
problema.
ba?
Yes,
Yung
So we
kailangan
tell
meron kang
you.
extrang di ba?
So yun, we usually tell our patients na, ma'am or sir, come to the center when you're like you feel like your bladder is about 3/4 full. Yung malapit na, pwede ka na
Para hindi ka
umihi.
nagtatagal, di ba? Kasi
Para hindi
hirap
ka
ito.
tatagal.
Oo.
Yeah. Again, I think very important yan what you just mentioned kasi yun, yung number one complaint yan right now, di ba, sa healthcare industry talaga, yung waiting time.
Yes.
Diba? That's one. Tapos two, yung sinasabi mo nga, yung poor communication on the part of the providers nga. Not
dapat-
prepping the patient for what to expect, diba? With the procedure, how long it's going to take, the different steps that they need to do, to undergo, diba? While they're doing their tests.
Yeah, I think and much more importantly dyan, no? It's the element of time. Time
Okay.
is so important and time is so precious. Hindi mo na makukuha ulit yan. So we want to make sure that we make it efficient for our patients so that they don't waste time. Traveling from one place, like from your house to a diagnostic center, will take time, di ba? So we try to avoid that.
Believe naman ako sa iyo, ha? You currently lead the largest BNI chapter in the Philippines.
That's
yung
right.
BNI, Business Network
Kaya
International.
nga, Tito, siya ang reyna ng business
Ikaw,
networking.
Reyna, na because of your exact check experience, ha?
Maybe not. We will find out.
Wait, yun nga, going back to when you started the business, no? Can you share with us siguro the challenges
Yeah.
that your family encountered nga when they started yung Exact Check Diagnostic Center?
One of the biggest challenges was really we only had peripheral knowledge, like, right? So my mom's a doctor, so the laboratory, it's a whole different animal. I mean,
Okay.
the machines and all of that. Luckily, our aunt actually came back from the US. She
Okay.
was a practicing medical technologist in the US for over 40 years.
Okay.
So that
Wow.
was really a big load of our end, no? Para
Yes.
because you had that expertise already, international pa at that. So
So swerte, she was able to provide you with guidance.
yes.
Okay.
Ayan. But much more than that, it's really the value that you bring. So that's always at the back of our minds when we were starting this, right? So parang we wanted to make sure that we provide value. And what problem are we solving to
Yes.
make sure that we provide value for that? But some of the biggest challenges was actually making a name for yourself.
And now you have the name.
Oo,
Tapos
after
na-BNI ka pa.
11 years. 11 years in the
Galing
industry.
naman.
Yes.
So let me ask, I'm just curious, straight from your travel industry experience, why is it that you thought of diagnostics? What other businesses did you consider before plunging into diagnostics?
You know, it was really a no-brainer because when you look at care, it's the same, right? It's service. So when you go from a hotel industry and then into a patient care, it's very similar. You take care about how people feel when they come into your center, how they feel when they answer the phone. So that's why, di ba, for telephone operators, there's a spiel
yeah,
for that.
Yep.
And then you also prepare, in both aspects, you prepare the guest or the patient in a similar manner. So yun.
Ganda.
Do you train your staff the same way you were trained in the hotel?
Yes, we actually
Industry?
do.
Yes.
So with the help of BNI, we actually got some of the best industry experts and trainers so that they would have additional knowledge. So
Okay.
my sister is a big fan of learning.
Okay.
She's really a learner. So she wants to make sure that lifelong learning gets passed on, and our employees and our colleagues, they're the most important people to train,
Yes.
especially on mindset,
On mindset,
what are effective habits.
Yes.
So those are the things that we carry on, but more importantly, it's how to communicate and how to communicate well.
Okay.
So it was BNI also that nudged you upward.
It is because I think a lot of the things that you encounter when you encounter problems as an entrepreneur,
Yes.
most of that problems get solved by BNI.
Okay.
So it's really looking at a different way, a different perspective, finding a different perspective that would work for you as well.
Can you siguro share with us the reason why you joined BNI? Kasi kanina we were talking about it off the air, diba? I think it's a very interesting story to share to our audience.
Yeah. So I got into BNI siguro mga around 2022.
Okay.
And at that time, I was facing a challenge in our industry. So DOH at that point was actually telling us that you have to expand your clinics and to follow a certain rules and regulations that they've set forth. My challenge was finding reliable suppliers that I can trust.
Reliable suppliers. Okay.
So when I got into a meeting with BNI, I found the community very intentional in the way that they help each other and support one another. And I found it amazing that they give referrals and they help each other at no cost, di ba?
Ang galing,
Parang the philosophy of givers
Parang
gain.
Givers gain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
purpose.
Yeah.
Yun. Parang purpose,
Yeah. So parang that was I guess what I'm trying to say is BNI has actually been a transformative experience
For you,
for
the
me,
company.
Okay.
for the
I see.
company and for myself
I see.
also
So,
personally.
Tama. So anyway, dito sa episode na to, we also have a BNI. Bagong negosyo ito. So we ask people, ano mga negosyo na pwede. BNI din eh.
Yes, that's right.
That's going by my colleague here. BNI, bagong negosyo ito.
Oh, di ba?
Yeah.
Akin naman kasi dito, para sa'yo, be and night.
Oo,
Sa gabi lang
sa gabi.
nagmi-meeting.
Because it's 6:30 somewhere in the world.
Yeah, as a business leader pala,
Yeah.
what's your process for spotting opportunities? Tama. Kasi maraming nakikinig sa
Yes.
atin ng mga mostly OFWs, they want to set up their own business. They now want to be there. Kaya nakikinig sila. And then yun nga, as a business leader, what's your process for spotting opportunities in industries that may seem saturated or mature? This was, relate to me in Chinese, and it was translated to English. AI.
Okay, so Google Translate natin.
Yeah,
diba?
Google
Ganon.
Translate.
Actually, that's very interesting. I really don't think that, I think most industries are saturated, first of all.
Okay.
But it's really a mindset. I mean, it's the way, it's perspective, right? What problem are you solving? I think there's so many opportunities in other industries that are all saturated. But if you find an opportunity or a problem to solve, there's always value in that, and then you can monetize that. So it's easy, di ba? Para ano ba pinoproblema ng mga tao? And problems that have been maybe 20 years ago, yung mga problemang yun na-solve na. So ano na yung mga problema ngayon?
Bago,
Hindi naman tayo naubusan ng problema. So it's not only problems, we find solutions.
Ms. Janelle, can you relate that to your business, what you just said? Kasi, di ba you mentioned nga at the start of the program, ang dami nyo rin competition, di ba?
Right.
Diagnostic Center. Pero, obviously, your mom saw an opportunity or a problem that needed solving. What was that?
I think the problem really was patients actually don't feel comfortable na parang they don't want to go for a checkup anymore.
Okay.
So pero how do you demystify that? How do you make it friendly?
Yes.
And what did you do?
So we wanted to make sure that there's access to everyone. So pero it's partnering with our local barangay.
Okay.
It's partnering with
galing.
with the HMOs.
So
it's
just a community
educate.
lang, ano, ha?
Yeah.
Ayos,
Tapos parang even for companies, how do you make it easy? How do you make the HR managers siguro a task, no, for arranging annual physical exams for the employees? Easier for her,
Yeah.
right?
Tama. So,
So,
mas maganda pala kayo kasi exact check is much precise and much higher.
I wouldn't say that, you know. All of us follow certain standards. So pare-pareho pagka ganon.
Yes,
Yun lang, ang kaibahan since you are with BNI, medyo nandun nakatutok. Dapat should be,
Well, yun nga, touching on BNI, di ba? You currently lead the largest BNI chapter in the Philippines.
Number one.
Congratulations, ha?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What is it that you,
Miss
siguro, pinatravel mo sila lahat?
President Janelle pala dapat ang I should refer to you as President.
Please
Pres.
note.
No, wait. What makes BNI Elite Taguig so successful compared to other chapters? I'm not putting the other chapters down, ha? Klaro lang yun, ha? I
At
just
saka,
wanna learn.
before you answer,
Yeah. Time check muna tayo. It's 2:25.
Oras hatid sa inyo ng Bingo Plus. Download Bingo Plus app now on Google Play and Apple App Store for a chance to win up to 935 million pesos jackpot prize. Visit bingoplus.com to learn more. With Bingo Plus, bingo sa saya plus sa panalo. Gaming is for 21 years old and above only. Game responsibly. Keep it fun.
DWIZ Negosyo.
Sa tingin ko, nakapag-file na po ng motion for reconsideration ang House of Representatives at may mga nag-file pa po ng motion for intervention. So aantayin ho natin ang final na desisyon ng Korte Suprema dahil baka naman po mapagbigyan. Pero sa karanasan ko lang po, kapag unanimous o ang botohan ng Supreme Court, ay hindi na po nababaliktad ang mga desisyon. Kaya lang po, well, miracles do happen. Kung tutusin po talaga, wala po sa job description ito ng pangalawang Pangulo. Pero kung gusto niya naman pong gawin, ay wala naman hong pumipigil except that kailangan ho ito ng authority. Pero sabi naman ho ng Malacanang, bibigyan naman daw siya ng travel authority kapag siya ay nag-request. At siguro nga po nabibigyan, kaya po nakakapagbiyahe naman ang Vice Presidente. Pero yung kakausapin po ito mga OFW, trabaho po ito ng Department of Migrant Workers at ng ating mga embahada sa iba't ibang bansa. Subalit kung gusto pong gawin ng Vice Presidente, sabi ko nga po, wala man ito sa kanyang job description, po pwede naman po siguro kung may pahintulot ng mas nakatataas tataas. Depende po sa kanyang sasabihin at depende rin doon sa kanyang gagawin. Kasi kung magpapahayag laban sa gobyerno, meron naman tayong freedom of expression na ginagarantiyahan ng ating saligang batas. Kaya lang po, hindi masyadong maganda ang tingin ng buong mundo, yung tinatawag lang optics, kapag ka ikaw ay opisyal ng gobyerno, pero kinakalaban mo yung gobyerno na kung saan ikaw mismo ay nahalal bilang isa sa mga opisyal.
Madalas ay ginagawang dessert o pagtanggal umay ang mga tsokolate. Pero nililimitahan din ng ilan ang pagkonsumo nito para makaiwas sa iba't ibang uri ng sakit katulad ng diabetes. Pero ang dark chocolate, pinaniniwalaan na nakakatulong sa memory improvement daw. Kung kaya nga nagiging parte ito ng review sessions ng mga estudyante dahil sa sabi-sabi na nakakatulong ito sa kanilang memorya. Totoo ba ito? Tara, let's prove it! Bago maniwala sa mga claim-claim na yan, patunayan na yan sa Let's Prove It! Ayon sa Cleveland Clinic, maraming magandang benepisyo sa kalusugan ng dark chocolate, lalo na sa ating utak. Nakakatulong kasi ito para mag-improve ang attention at memory ng isang tao. Bukod pa riyan, sinabi ng registered dietitian na si Beth Zerwani na bumababa rin ang tsansa na magkaroon ng demensya ang isang tao dahil sa dark chocolates. Mas mababa kasi ang added sugar at fat ng dark chocolate kumpara sa milk at white chocolate. Gayunpaman, huwag abusado at consume moderately hanggat maaari ay 30 to 60 grams lang ang kainin dahil ito lang ang recommended serving size ng dark chocolate. Nakaaway mo ba ang boss mo dahil sa isang bagay na work-related? May issue ka ba sa kumpanya na work-related at di mo alam paano i-handle? Kung problema mo ay work-related, kinig, nood at follow na sa DWIZ Work-Related. Kasama ang motivational speaker ng Pilipinas, si Lloyd Luna at ang kanyang mga expert na mga bisita sa DWIZ, Sabado, 3 p.m. Latest, pinakabago at tama. DWIZ News Catch Up. News Catch Up.
Pilipinas, narito na ang tamang balita sa oras na ito. Pananahimik ni Pangulong Marcos sa pagkakasiba kay General Torre bilang hepe ng PNP. Ikinadismaya ng isang mambabatas. Detalye sa live report ni Patrol 30 Jelly Mendez.
Kinwestiyon ni mamamayang Liberal Party List Representative Leila de Lima ang umano'y pananahimik ni Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Jr. matapos ang pagkakasibak kay General Nicolas Torre III bilang hepe ng Philippine National Police o PNP. Sa briefing ng House Committee on Public Order and Safety, aminado si de Lima na maging siya ay naguluhan sa nangyari kay Torre, lalo at hindi nagsasalita ang presidente ukol dito at ang lumalabas lamang niya ay memo mula sa Executive Secretary. Sinabi ni de Lima na tanging ang lumulutang na dahilan sa pagkakasibak kay Torre ay ang pagmamalabis nito sa kanyang otoridad. Katakataka para sa mga babatas ang naging pahayag ni DILG Secretary John Vicremulla na nagtitiwala pa rin ang Pangulo kay Torre, ngunit bakit inalis ito sa pwesto. Dumipensa naman si National Police Commission o NAPOLCOM Vice Chairperson Attorney Rafael Calinisan at iginiit na may kapangyarihan ang NAPOLCOM batay sa saligang batas kung saan ay hindi niya pumasa ang ginawa ni Torre na balasahan sa mga opisyal ng PNP. Sinabi ni Kalinisan na may appointments niya na hindi dumaan sa NAPOLCOM na kinakailangan ng clearance maging ang paglabag din ni Torre sa civil service laws at iba pang NAPOLCOM resolution. Ito si Patrol 30. Jelly Mendez nag-uulat para sa impinong ng todong lakas sa DWIZ. Nagbabalik ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama.
DWIZ News Catch Up. News Catch Up.
At iyan ang tamang balita sa oras na ito. Mag-follow at subscribe sa lahat ng DWIZ Digital News accounts, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, X, DWIZ News App at DWIZ News website. Ako po si Gia Rafael, nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama.
Oras-oras nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama. DWIZ News Catch Up. News Catch Up.
Ang balitang ito ay inihatid sa inyo ng Bingo Plus. Download Bingo Plus app now on Google Play and Apple App Store for a chance to win up to 935 million pesos jackpot prize. Visit bingoplus.com to learn more. With Bingo Plus, bingo sa saya plus sa panalo. Gaming is for 21 years old and above only. Game responsibly. Keep it fun.
DWIZ Negoshow kasama sina Lito Gagni at Gerry Urbina. Negoshow.
Okay, we're back.
We're back.
And we have a great guest. Galing, ha?
Guest po natin today, of course, is Miss Janelle Chuaham. Siya po ang VP for Business Development ng Exact Check Diagnostic
Exact Check.
Center. Yes.
Galing, ano?
Wait, may nakabitin na question dito.
kanina.
Yun nga, yung tinatanong natin, yung about you being the president of the largest BNI chapter in the Philippines, di ba? Again, I mean, what made BNI Elite Taguig so successful, di ba?
I think that success is really rooted on traditions and innovations plus innovations, no? So
Okay.
parang
Yung
we're
traditions, galing kay Judy. Yung innovations sa'yo?
Hindi naman. Hindi lang naman sa akin. Grabe talaga. No, it's so parang we're really not afraid to experiment
Okay.
and look at new ways of doing things. But
Okay.
we always try to get rooted in the past or into what's
Sure.
really set in the system.
Yep.
The process is interesting because we have a lot of experienced leaders in the room. So we
Okay.
never fail to always check with them as well. Like parang how did you encounter this problem when you had that before?
Okay.
So experience teaches a lot.
So nagkakaroon yung in the exchange of experiences, in that interplay, you learn
Yep.
from
Yes.
each other.
I think that's you learn something new every day.
Oh, yun. So what's the boldest risk you have taken in business? And how did it pay off? Or what did you learn from it?
One of the boldest risks that we've made as a business was during the pandemic. Parang I was actually people were getting charged for PPE, right? Especially when people had to do home service or
Sure.
would go into a dental clinic,
Yes.
diba? So we found that it didn't seem right. So we took a risk by not charging PPE costs to our
Galing, ha?
patients.
You absorb it.
Yes.
And that, perhaps that is what they had. Kaya bumabalik sila sa inyo.
It's trust, di ba? So
Oo.
parang you've kind of built that credibility because you're
galing.
not charging the PPE
Yes.
cost to them. And then that credibility and that trust, it's priceless.
Ang galing.
Diba?
Ang
They
galing.
come back to you, they become
Oo,
loyal.
kasi nga doon. Now, I have two questions here. As a female leader, what unique challenges have you faced and how did you overcome them, number one? And number two, what piece of advice do you have for young Filipinas who aspire to break into leadership roles in male-dominated industries?
As a female leader, I think there's always a bias that women are emotional. We're labeled emotional, right? And I think that's where we need to get better, di ba? Yung parang, women leaders have opinions, so my advice is actually for them to become more confident in what they say, to make sure that their opinion matters.
Ayun.
Diba? Ask intelligent questions so that they can own their space. And my advice to aspiring Filipino entrepreneurs is really to just start.
Just start, yeah.
If you constantly just think about it and you don't start anything, you've already failed, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's really more doing consistent small things so that because you don't need a perfect setup. You just need to start.
I like your theme, ha?
Ganda.
Consistency.
Consistent. Galing eh. Galing.
It always
That
goes
is why
back to consistency. I'm
that's
learning
why-
a lot today, Tito.
Oh, that's why she is the consistent leader in BNI.
Correct, yeah.
Ang Taguig, ang galing-galing mo.
Wait, may nag-message sa akin.
Wow.
Paano ba daw sumali ng BNI? Yan, no.
That's a good question.
Yes, oh.
So we meet at 6:30 in the morning.
6:30 ng umaga?
Oo, hindi siya
Nako,
night.
that's too early for
BNI.
Tito Lito. Pauwi pa lang siya nun.
Saan ka ba galing?
Biro lang. Yes.
But they can actually visit our chapters.
Okay.
So we meet every Thursday at 6:30 in the
Okay.
morning, and then they can find us on Facebook and our social media pages.
Okay.
And then they can just inquire. So if they want to visit, they're free to come in.
Yeah. So if you're an entrepreneur that's tuned in or listening today and you're interested in joining BNI, ganun lang po. Go to the social media handles.
How did BNI help you?
It's both. I've mentioned it. Parang it's both professionally and personally. So I've mentioned how BNI has helped our business, and especially as we try to transform our spaces. But personally, because I came from a very corporate background, I kind of missed the structure. BNI provided that structure for me. It's structured learning. It's being able to actually with intention, get to know other people. And that's the myth, right? Because BNI is networking.
Yes.
So a lot of people feel that, networking,
Parang
di
ano
ako
lang.
extrovert, hirap. Paano yan? Ayun, di ba? They kind of get scared na networking is only for extroverts.
Correct. And also, a lot of people think na, ano yan, multi-level
Multi-level.
Scam.
marketing. Scam, di ba?
Oo.
Yeah.
So it's not. So
Open-minded ka ba? Yung mga tanong.
Ganun ang tanong?
and personally, I'm an introvert myself.
Okay.
But what makes BNI different is that you do it with intention. So,
Okay.
di ba, parang I've mentioned this to you off air. It's like MBA on steroids.
MBA.
MBA.
Because you get to learn, in the process of building a relationship with somebody, like a business relationship, you try to get to know their business and their struggles.
Ayun.
And then you kind of like look at business, how you've overcome that, and share that.
Ayun.
And vice versa.
So you learn from each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
Parang
Wait.
there's synergy.
Janelle, can you share a particular story of a BNI connection of yours that turned into a transformative opportunity or relationship?
For
diba?
business.
So parang, it's not my story. So yung narinig ko lang.
Okay.
And then I've seen her grow her business.
Okay.
So, I think when she joined, she was actually selling healthy drinks, malunggay drinks. So her name's Zoni Tomase.
Okay,
So
yes.
she was selling these M2 drinks, and she was going to the breast lactation centers to offer her product.
Correct, yes.
And through BNI, she managed to scale her business by being able to find that right connection that can connect her to South Star Drug, Mercury Drug. And now her products nationwide.
Yeah.
So can you
Galing.
imagine that, diba?
Yeah.
Ang laki-laki ng opportunity, and that's what's different is that people in BNI offer real connections and real opportunities. So it's really up to you whether or not you want to take that leap.
Yeah. Well, Janelle, balik naman tayo sa business nyo, di ba? When your mother was starting yung Exact Check Diagnostic Center, paano kayo linigawan? Kasi you were doing your own corporate thing. And the reason why I'm asking this is because I'm sure there are a lot of viewers and listeners right now who are in the same boat.
Yeah.
Diba? Na meron
Pinapalis
silang corporate
sila.
job. Tapos sinasabi
Pinapalis.
ng magulang nila,
Dito na kayo.
Hoy, tulungan mo na ako. Samahan mo na ako dito sa negosyo natin. Diba? So, can you share that story or that experience?
It's actually very funny because I wasn't at Exact Check when it started.
Okay.
I was still in my corporate job. I
Yes.
didn't want to leave it. But then my family, I had a young family at that time, and my family needed me to be closer to home. So I had to I had to take a breath and take a step back. What would work for me? One of those things was actually taking stock of what I had. So in a corporate job, your hours, it's not yours.
Okay.
Diba? It's really what your boss says, or what deadlines, or what things you need to accomplish. At that point, I kind of felt that Why am I driving revenues for conglomerates? Why am I not building generational wealth for my family?
Galing Yeah, ganda yan
Again,
something.
Very important lesson, Tito.
Generational wealth for
Why
your
you're
family.
not building generational wealth for your family. I think that's a very...
That is exact and to the check.
Oh. Exact na check pa, di
Oh,
ba?
tama. Galing.
Galing.
Wait, yung name na nga yun, yung going back to what Tito Lito was asking earlier, yung exact check. Diba? How did you guys come up with that name?
Hindi, siguro sa Chinese kasi check exact. Pinahigpad. Exact check.
Winworkshop
No,
nila
kasi-
to.
Workshop nila. Did they?
No, just joking.
Hindi kasi di ba sa Chinese, they read from backward to ano eh.
No, parang it's really, di ba, paano ba? Idea to ng nanay ko.
Okay.
Magaling siya sa mga ganyan.
Okay.
So exact check.
Siya na nagbansag nito.
Yeah.
Ayun.
And can you talk about yung early days nga, yung day one ng exact check? Where did it start? Where was the
No,
first
yung
location?
exact check nung nandun siya. Kasi nung nag-umpisa, wala ka pa.
Wala ka pa, di ba?
So ano yung in-introduce mo doon na reform? Mama, dapat you should, I'd like a travel. Gusto mo ba sa Vietnam o sa Singapore o sa ano doon sasabihin mo? Ganun.
Reforma na agad. Doon
Reform.
tayo sa umpisa.
Umpisa,
Actually, I was telling you earlier that you have to start, right? You have to
Yeah.
start. Even it doesn't have to be perfect before you
Yes.
start. So we started in a similar way.
Okay.
So when we started, we had the laboratory, we had an ECG machine,
Okay.
and we had X-ray,
Basic na diagnostic center, okay?
Basic. And then we my sister, who's our financial genius,
Okay.
she really wanted to reinvest in the business.
Okay.
So every year, my sister would think of, ano pa bang kulang? How do we bring more value to our patients?
Okay.
So on year 2, we started to have ultrasound. By year 5, we already got a CT scan.
Okay.
By year
CT scan,
8, we had the new clinics we offered multi-specialty clinics in our center. And by year 10, we now have bone densitometry test, audiometry test, and pulmonary function test. And what's different is we also now have a dentist, because this dentist I met in BNI. So she started to grow our services as well.
Your
Wow.
dental services rin.
Yeah.
Galing,
Wow. Okay.
So you're expanding actually. Hindi na exact check, pati implants.
Exact dental check up na, Tito.
Implant.
Yeah. Well, that's good kasi again, you're not doing what the others are just doing, di ba? A lot nga are still stuck on just those basic diagnostic services, di ba? So you're actually really expanding.
The
di ba?
expansion model is so different from the others.
Okay.
It's really more of how do we make it not as a one-stop shop, but how do we deliver more value?
So malaki na yung
All about
lugar mo.
adding value, okay?
Palaki siya ng palaki.
Oh,
Yung mga
galing.
ganyan.
Binibili mo yung kasunod-sunod, ha?
Wait,
Ganda. Ay.
Janelle, what advice do you have for young Filipinas who aspire to break into leadership roles in what we can say are usually male-dominated industries,
Oh,
di ba?
ay.
But before you answer that, kailangan muna natin mag-time check. It's 2:45.
Oras hatid sa inyo ng Pagcor.
DWIZ Negoshow. Time check. It's 10 o'clock. Tuwing 10 o'clock, siguruhing nakatuto ka sa Aliw Broadcasting Corporation, DWIZ News Nationwide, DWIZ News FM Regional Stations, Aliw Channel 23, at DWIZ News TV para sa Health Habit. Makinig, manood at follow na sa Health Habit. Araw-araw, Lunes hanggang Biyernes, 10 o'clock ng umaga at 10 o'clock ng gabi. Hatid ng PhilHealth. Pilipino ako, may PhilHealth ako. Alamin kung bawal o hindi. Dahil kung di mo alam to, kaso ang kakaharapin mo sa NBI. Nako, bawal ito!
Dahil affordable ang down payment, kahit wala kang parking space, pwede ka nang bumili ng sasakyan. Ang ending, sa daanan ng tao o sidewalk nagparking. Nako, alam mo bang bawal ito? Nakasaad sa Section 46 ng Republic Act No. 4136 o ang Land Transportation and Traffic Code na mahigpit na pinagbabawal sa batas ang pagparada ng anumang uri ng sasakyan o kahit motorsiklo sa kahit saang sidewalk, pathways o alis na hindi itinalaga bilang parking space. Ito'y may tuturing na road obstruction dahil nagdudulot ito ng perwisyo sa ibang tao o sa kapwa motorista. Hindi rin maaaring gawing exclusive parking space ng mga establishmento ang sidewalk para sa kanilang mga customer. Binigyang diin sa batas na hindi dapat pinturahan o lagyan ng markings ang mga sidewalk para magmukha itong legal na parking slots. Ang sinumang lumabag ay maaaring magmulta ng 1,000 piso kung nagpark at mayroong tao sa sasakyan at 2,000 piso naman kung iniwan lamang ang sasakyan. Kaya mga car owners, tandaan, ang sidewalk ay ginawa para daanan ng tao at hindi parkingan. Huwag ka nang mamerwisyo para hindi ka masabihan ng, nako, bawal ito.
Alam mo ba na ang Bataan ay hindi lamang puno ng kasaysayan, kundi isa na ring nangungunang destinasyon para sa adventure at economic growth? Ang Bataan Cavite Interlink Bridge ay isang proyekto ng pamahalaan ng Pilipinas sa pamamagitan ng Department of Public Works and Highways o DPWH na may suporta sa pagpopondo mula sa Asian Development Bank at sisimulan nito ngayong 2025. Kapag natapos na ito, babawasan nito ang biyahe mula Bataan patungong Cavite sa loob lamang ng 40 minuto. At dahil dyan, mas mabilis mo nang mapupuntahan ng mga tourist spots tulad ng Five Fingers Cove sa Maribeles. Perfect na perfect yan para sa cliff diving at snorkeling. Las Casas Filipinas de Acuzar sa Bagak, isang heritage resort naman yan na nagpapakita ng mga naibalik na Spanish-Filipino houses. At Mount Samat sa Pilar, kung saan matatagpuan ang dambana ng kagitingan bilang paggunita sa mga bayani ng Bataan. Hindi lang ito simpleng destinasyon, ito ang next big thing sa turismo at negosyo. Kaya kung gusto mong mauna sa pag-discover ng isang lugar na may perfect balance ng history, adventure at modern economic growth, Bataan ang susunod mong pupuntahan. At yan ang balitang mas maganda pa sa good news, the better news.
Health is the best wealth sa mga working millennials na may kakaibang challenge pagdating sa kalusugan sa panahon ngayon. Body wellness, mental wellness, at financial wellness, be sure balance ang lahat sa DWIZ Life Balance. Kasama sina Daryl Justin at Gia Rafael, Monday to Friday, 6 p.m. DWIZ Negoshow kasama sina Lito Gagni at Gerry Urbina. Negoshow.
Okay, we're back. Yan. At may nakabitin na question, Ms. Janelle. I mean, what advice do you have for young Filipinas who aspire to break into leadership roles like what you're in right now?
You know, I was always in a female-dominated leadership team. For
Okay.
some reason,
Okay.
when I was in corporate, I worked with a lot of my peers and colleagues were women, and the breadth of experience that they have is amazing. Like, you wouldn't believe how smart they are, how they would. I mean, it's presence, right? But more than that, it's also looking for a mentor that can guide you through that.
Okay. Mentor.
Diba? So that's really helpful in making sure that they make their mark
Okay.
in the industry that they want to be in.
Ayan ha, you
Mentor.
guys, you heard
Mentor.
it. Yeah, hanap
So
kayo
now,
ng mentor. Yan.
you're now also a mentor among BNI naman. Diba? You give what you receive naman, diba?
I try to, it's servant leadership. Right?
Servant
Parang I try to be of value. I try to help when I can. If I don't help, not directly, I try to find somebody else who can help them.
kaya
That's good.
pala number 1 ng BNI Taguig.
Tagig. Elite Tagig.
Elite.
Yeah.
Grabe.
Wait, Janelle, how do you balance the high demands of your professional life, yung managing and operating your diagnostic center, and with your personal life?
I try to make sure that I prioritize. So
Okay.
difficult, right? Parang when you get home, do you become a business person or are you going to be a mom today?
Okay.
And you have to meld that, and you need to make sure that you've set your priorities.
Yep.
Like there are absolute like things that you must do.
Yep.
And if you set aside the time for that, you achieve all of the things that you want to achieve.
Okay.
Galing, ha?
Again, thanks for sharing that tip.
Oh, galing.
Yeah.
Galing guy ni Janel.
Well, question lang, curious lang ako. If you weren't in the diagnostics business right now, what other industry would you be in?
I'd probably be in an industry that deals with services.
Services.
Diba? And systems.
In
Because
systems.
I like to look at systems and how to make it better.
Wow.
And then I like the people aspect of it as well. Like how do you help people?
Ayun.
Yun. So it could be a different I'm not sure what industries it would be.
Yep.
But definitely that seems to be a blend of both.
Services, ha? So, what possible services industry can you get into? Halimbawa, yung mga nakikinig dyan, what can you tell them for them to, navigate into?
Siguro yan, magandang tanong yun. What opportunities are out there for
Yes, sir.
aspiring entrepreneurs to tap into, di ba?
Oh.
Kasi, yun nga, madami nanonood at nakikinig ngayon, looking
marami.
also for business ideas, gusto maging entrepreneur, pero
Oh.
wala naman silang idea on what to get into.
Oh, tsaka remember, Janelle, we are number 2 in this time slot. There is no number 1.
For opportunities, it's really looking at simple things. Sometimes addressing a single pain point
Yep.
is so important. Diba? It could be as easy as etong lock na to para ating sira. Paano ba? How do I make a better lock?
Yep.
Right?
Ang ganda. Ay.
You don't need to fashion so many unbelievable ideas and be ambitious. You just need to find solutions.
Solutions.
So, yun nga, look for a problem.
look
Find
at
a
problem.
solution.
Find a solution.
Find the solution.
Yun na yun, no?
Galing.
That's a great advice. So, if you're looking for a business opportunity, yan, that's your formula. Ganda, ganda.
Oh, baka may mga kasi nakikinig dyan, meron silang pinag-iisipan, siguro, they are, yung naguguluhan sila, papasok pa sila, tutuloy ba nila? Hindi. Yan, kung nakikita ninyo, yung problema na kayang ninyong masolve through a business, go. Di ba? No?
That's right, yeah. Janelle, what keeps you going? What keeps you motivated? Or what inspires you to do what you do every single day?
I'm actually inspired that I don't know everything. I'm so grateful that I'm asked to be the president of Elite. I'm so grateful to have a team in Exact Check
Yep.
that I can lead because I don't know everything, and finding leaders and finding other people that know much more than I do is really humbling because I have people I can trust that I can ask questions.
Okay.
Diba? Pero I think that's one of the biggest mistakes an entrepreneur can make. Like parang if you feel like you have all the answers, then maybe you're not in the right room.
Oh, I see. Now, if you were, let's say, part of the Negoshow episode, what do you think could be done to make it, soar, scale up?
Grabe naman. On the spot naman to.
And then that's the beauty of this, eh. Yeah, yan. Yan ang kanyang template.
Well, actually, it's addressing a problem already, right? Because a lot of people don't know how to start a business,
Yeah,
for one.
that's right.
A lot of people are afraid to take that leap. And I think this is a very inspirational platform and show that you can have thought leaders,
Yes.
women leaders, male leaders come in and inspire your audience.
Tama.
Ganda ng tanong mo,
Ganda,
Tito.
galing. Ang galing talaga.
Oo.
BNI, talagang elite.
Janelle,
Oo.
if you could change one thing about how Filipinos approach, yun nga, pagnenegosyo or entrepreneurship, what would it be?
You know, Filipinos are known for ningaskogon.
Ningaskogon, okay.
Gagawin ko tapos stop ako. Ganyan, di ba?
Okay.
It's really making sure that you start taking small steps, but you do it every day.
Ayun,
Find
small
that
steps,
discipline.
but every day.
That's right. Follow through.
Follow through. It's more than the follow through. It's having that discipline by making sure that when you made that commitment, gagawin mo siya. But also, when you keep on having that same roadblock, finding the grace to say to yourself, okay, I think I need to pivot. Right?
Ayun.
Yung parang hindi naman po pwede, araw-araw ko na ito siya ginagawa. Ito pa rin ako.
Yep.
Diba? But you also need to find that you set that priority, you set a timeline to make sure that at this point, I have to stop and I have to recalibrate. I have to adapt to my situation. I have to find another problem to solve because this isn't working.
Ayun, tama. When you think you are not making it, stop. Di ba? Parang gano'n.
Pero find a realistic time. Hindi naman pwedeng isang buwan ka lang nagsusubok.
Yeah, that's
Stop
right.
ka na.
Ang galing-galing mo, no?
Hindi kasi galing mo.
Magaling ka siguro mentor, ano? Now, where do you find, from all of this, where do you find the energy to, be at the top of your league in BNI, elite pa? Number 2, at the top of your league in extra check.
I have to make time. Diba? It's intentional. I have to make sure that I do what I do because I want to do it. Because I have people that maybe not rely, but who, because I want to be the kind of person that people see or can say that when she says it, it's gonna happen.
Okay.
So you have to be consistent. Parang yun yung
Ayan.
theme natin, no?
Back to our theme, consistency.
Consistency.
Yeah. Be consistent like Miss Janelle.
Yeah, oh.
Yan.
You know what? You are really consistent in saying that consistency is needed.
Consistent.
To be consistent in making and winning.
Yeah. Well, Janelle, we've reached the tail end of our show. And what we like to do with all our guests is, of course, ask them to part
With their nuggets of wisdom.
nuggets of wisdom, words of inspiration. Kasi alam mo, again, the aim of our show is to inspire more Filipinos and Filipinas to embark on their own entrepreneurial journey.
Siguro, words of wisdom is really when you think that this is it. No? You just need to push through. You need to
Okay.
have grit, be resilient, keep on finding solutions, be curious, right? Because at the end of the day, you're the master of your destiny. So if you don't act, you've failed.
Yep.
So yun.
Invictus, okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
again,
much.
Janelle, we hope to have you back on the show.
Yeah.
Maraming salamat again for spending your afternoon with us.
Bye.
Thank you so
Bye, everyone.
much.
Our next program is Senyor Balita with Senyor Ray Pacheco.
Walang yumayaman sa pagiging empleyado lang. Dapat lahat tayo nagninegosyo.